Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa. In this video, I want to talk about some of the beauty and fragrance trends that I find super weird, and I never really got to these trends. I will not necessarily encourage it. I know it is quite fun to watch some of these, videos when it comes to beauty and fragrance trend, but I don't find a lot of these super realistic. I know people enjoy watching these ones, but I always think about the realisticness of these routines and the excessiveness of it all. And I have 4 of these beauty and fragrance, trends that I want to talk about today. Some of them actually do make sense, but I do not subscribe to them. I guess fine. I'll give you the reasons why I think these will not work for me. I'm talking about myself in this scenario. And if someone can, relate to me, probably the person can pick a thing or two from this. So the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be that excessive shower routine, the excessive shower routine when you need to go to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 before you are considered clean. I don't think it is realistic, but what really sort of annoys me the most as part of the shower routine when people are doing it, I don't see it on the fragrance community a lot, but other beauty community with a shower thing. And it's about the vagina, the coochie, you need to, the douches and all those things. And I'm like, no, nothing has to go there. Nothing has to go there. The best vaginal health tip I can ever give my daughter, my younger sister, someone close to me, is to limit the number of men that enters your vagina. That is going to take about 90% away, of your vaginal problems. Like limiting the number of men that have access to your vagina is going to limit it, like your problems, your vaginal problems by 95%. The rest, you can deal with them. You don't need anything excessive with the showers and the vaginal cleansing and all those things. No, you don't. You really do not. Like, to me, I think it's just a marketing ploy to get people. And it's exciting to watch people go like, oh, the coochie has to be this, it has to be that. And yes, it is nice and fun, but it is not realistic. You don't need anything inside there or around it. When it comes to your outer body, you don't need those excessive step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You don't. You really don't, So that is like the number 1 beauty trend I find quite, repulsive, quite unrealistic, and I wouldn't encourage. The next one I want to talk about is layering. There is nothing wrong with layering. I'm not typically the one who layers a lot, but I can see the sense in layering. But sometimes I guess why do you overlayer some of these things to the extent that the fragrance that you so claim you love, let's say you buy a bottle of Delina, it is already expensive. It is a very beautiful scent. You would love people to smell Delina on you. Sometimes you go like, oh, everybody is wearing Delina, so let me just, box it with something else and make my own sort of scent. It makes sense. But you use your, let's say, okay, when it comes to the layering, after your showering routine, you use your moisturizer. Then comes in those body butters. Then comes in the oils. Then comes in the body mist before the sprays or the EDPs. And then you lock it in with some, more, oils. Diluting the scent, that you so claim you love, I see it. And sometimes I just go like, the scent already is good, is beautiful. I subscribe. I am of the school of thought, that like the idea of layering. But I think when it becomes a little too excessive, it doesn't make any sense at some point, because you're buying a designer, a niche fragrance with the idea of smelling like a particular, thing that's, attracted you to the fragrance in the first place. Now you have diluted it to the point that you don't smell like that particular fragrance, but something else. I know people are creative. We are trying to make our own creations and stand off in the crowd and everything. But for me, I believe in letting the fragrances shine. Occasional helps are good, but I guess feel like some of these fragrances are good enough. Maybe it might lack the lasting power or the sillage and everything that you would want to help, and you can go with something like in a similar family in terms of the oils. But when you use Delina, then you use Shagaf Oud Tonka, then you use Baccarat Rouge, then you use MFK's Oud Satin Mood, all at the same time, including your body oils, and the body is going to be shining and glistering. I'm like, where the hell are you going? Is it realistic? Because if I see people outside in real life, when I see people outside and they look like shiny in that, heat, and it looks funny and unrealistic to me, So for me, that is my thing. I do really go with the vibe of layering, but I don't think that's excessive layering with the butters and the oils and the, 3, 4, 5 other sprays are quite realistic, and it is a beauty trend I personally do not, subscribe to. So that is going to be the number 2. The next one I have here, I have just 4 of them, are going to be perfume trays. I wonder how realistic that is. I have never done a perfume tray. I know it is quite a trendy thing here, and people give you the usefulness of a perfume tray, which I understand, but maybe I have commitment issues. Maybe for me, I have commitment issues because I will not be able to commit to whatever I put on the tray. I will not, maybe it's just me. I will not be able to commit to whatever I put on a tray at any given time. I just feel like if I put like 30 sprays, one for each day of the month, by the time I'm ready to go out, I will just forget about every single fragrance on the tray and pick something else according to how I'm feeling and how I'm dressed for the day. So I guess it's a good idea, but it's personally not for me. I've never been a fan of that, and I sometimes wonder how realistic and how, like, if people really do go with these trays, if it's like, if you give me a video with like what I wore this week, and tell me, okay, I wore this on Monday, that on Tuesday, that on Wednesday, that it makes a lot excuse me, it makes quite a lot of meaning to me. It makes a lot of meaning. Okay, this is what I wore during the week or during the month, but the idea of a perfume tray, I know people do projects use up to be able to use up their fragrances or some products that they have, but to me, it is not so realistic. I don't know, maybe it may not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense for the most part when it comes to perfume trays. But I perfectly understand, and I know it helps a lot of people to go through their fragrances, faster and be able to utilize other things, that they just want to finish up, but it has never been for me. It has never been for me. I don't think I'm ever going to jump on that, and give you a perfume tray video, although I enjoy watching them, And the last trend here is going to be the seasonal wearing of fragrances. Yes, I perfectly understand some fragrances really do shine in certain, seasons, but I have tried and tested a lot of fragrances that do well, like in every, season. For me, it's all about my mood and where I'm heading to. If I feel I want to wear Charuto Tobacco Vanille in the dead heat of summer, I will, but probably I will do maybe 3 sprays or 4 sprays. I'm lying. I will still do my 10, 20 sprays, but I wear whatever, I wear at when I'm comfortable, that has been me. So when people, we all do sometimes, I succumb to it. I do videos. I remember this past summer, I wanted to do a summer recommendation, but I just lost interest and decided not to do it. This fall I did a fall layering, and that has been my only layering video I have done on YouTube after almost 2.5 years, because I'm not like that layering kind of person. Occasionally I do in real life, I do layer some of my fragrances, but not like to the extent of the body butters and the oils and then 3 or 4 sprays and the oils, and I don't, in real life I don't. So that seasonal sort of thing, I understand it makes sense to people because some fragrances like heavy, and I don't know who said gourmands can be worn, like are worn in the colder weather. It makes sense. It really do make sense. I have had videos, like countless number of videos, where I've spoken about this is going to be for like better in the colder season or in the high heat. But I think you can just wear whatever you feel comfortable with. If you just go with the flow. Just because everybody is wearing gourmands during the colder fall winter season doesn't mean you should just hurriedly go and get a gourmand fragrance and wear for the season. If your vibe is like clean fragrances, you can wear clean citrusy fragrances throughout the year. Throughout the years, January to December, and it will make a lot of sense. If your vibe is gourmands, you don't have to wait till it's fall winter to wear gourmands. You can wear it throughout the year, and you know how to wear your things and how they make you feel. So yeah, I don't really believe in being a seasonal wearer. I know there are always exceptions to the rule. There are certain fragrances that I know are quite excessive and can be annoying to others, can offend people around you, that I would say just, use common sense and just go with the flow. Probably you not to do 20 or 30 sprays like myself, but I will do the 20 and 30 sprays and wait for a while and then go out. I don't know, maybe I'm just addicted to the process of spraying. Maybe that is just me, and someone will also find that like super outrageous. That is also a trend that people will find super outrageous. Like, why do you have to overspray? Like, the whole concept of overspraying is like a bit too much for a lot of people, and I perfectly understand that. So yeah, these are some of the 4 trends that I think I have thought about thoroughly, and I wanted to share with you that these are not for me. So let me know which of them are not for you, and which of them you subscribe to, which of them makes sense to you, which of them really works for you. Let me just know from the comment section, and let's discuss. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.